What's up, boys? You know what time it is. It's Thursday. That means it is time for our Week 13 matchup preview. That's right, Week 13. This also happens to be Thanksgiving Day. So thank you for joining. Thank you for checking out the video on this wonderful Thanksgiving morning. We've got three games in the NFL slate today. First up, we have Packers and Lions at 12, Chiefs Cowboys at 3:30, and Bengals Ravens at 7:20. Now, at the start of the season, that Bengals Ravens game would have went crazy, but we know how injuries and stuff go. I got the makeshift non-matching Dolphins Panthers on. We got an NFL day today while eating a bunch of bad food and turkey. It's gonna be fantastic. Cannot wait. Let's dive right in here. Week 13. That's right. We only have 2 more weeks of regular season fantasy football this week and next week. It's gonna be crazy. Playoffs still wide open. Only 1 clinched team, 3 eliminated teams. That means 8 teams are in the mix for those last 5 spots. Let's get it going. First up, we got Dale and myself, the Waterboy versus the Commish. Let's check this out here. I think I'm technically supposed to win this based on projections, but any person that's watched any one of my videos knows that means nothing for me. We've swapped it up. The biggest news for me, Josh Jacobs is back, but I am choosing to sit Justin Jefferson. It's just not working, man. Let's see. 8.8 points last time, 11, 7.7. Wasn't doing bad. It was pretty solid for me. But now JJ's back in there, and it's just not working. So, for the moment, I'm still debating between Kenneth Gainwell and Kenneth Walker. But Gainwell has been slaying. I get Josh Jacobs back. Daniel Jones is dealing with something going into Houston. Not stoked about that. But I have this thing with Wayne, Dale, and Ted where I play one and I bench the other. In the last 2 weeks, the one I benched goes off for 30, literally. First week was Ted going 33. Wayne Dale was next going 30. So now I'm just going to play them both. And this seems like a pretty cool, if they go off like they have been, Gainwell, Wayndale, and Ted, I'm going to throw down. And then I've got my normal people that just are very, very consistent. Josh Jacobs averaging 18. Amon-Ra averaging 19. Daniel Jones averaging 19. So hopefully that works out for me. Then we got Dale, which we have some news for Dale. Omarion Hampton is back. That's right. It still shows IR here for some reason, but he is back in the mix. Congratulations. Dalton Kincaid is back in the mix. And then Waddle is back, I think, from a bye week. And maybe he also had an injury. But Dale rocking that number 1 QB in Mr. Drake May, Ashton Genty, Jalen Warren. I might keep Gainwell in and have a little Pittsburgh running back, runoff here. That could be fun. We'll see how it goes. Projected 118 versus 123. If I lose, I am out of the playoffs. If I win, we go to the same record. And I've got a chance if some other folks lose. Next, we have our Gunslinger Bowl. We have our undisputed number 1 seed and Mr. Aaron Stewart, JSN equals win, projected 128, versus Will McDonald, or Rashi's bail bonds, at 138.9. The story for him is Lamar has not been doing well, under 10 the last 2 games, but he does now have Achane again. I caught him without Achane and won. And then we have Zay Flowers, Brock Bowers, Roma Dunze. So this is the Gunslinger squad, averaging 133, okay? But then we have Mr. Stewart, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, DeAndre Swift, Jamar Chase, JSN, Egbuka, Goddard, with an average of 134. So when we say the Gunslinger Bowl, we mean it. These are, I think, our highest scorers, maybe outside of Blake. going at it today. Not really consequential for Aaron because even with the loss, I believe he's still number one due to those points for. We can check that out in a sec. Will's sitting here at 7-5. If he loses, he's in trouble. Because he's got two teams behind him that if they win today, they will also be 7-6. So we'll see how that goes. But the Gunslinger Bowl is in full force. Next, we have Blake and Dylan. 135 to 194.8. What is going on there? Drake London being out is killing him. Marvin Harrison being out is killing him. When he has those two in, he just slays. So not looking too good here, but he does have Gibbs and Allen, which they could go off for 100 together if it's in the cards. Jonathan Taylor and Saquon were both under 10 last week, but I think that shouldn't be a long thing for them. So projected 135 versus 94 here. Maybe we could put Harrison in and see what happens. Who knows? Number one tight end, number one running back, 2 top 10 receivers, a top 10 quarterback. Not much we could do here. Averaging 146. My man, it is week 13, and Blake is averaging 146. It's just not fair. We'll have to watch out for this. I think if he wins and Aaron loses, he might go to number one. I'll just have to check the points for. Next, we have Ryan and Drew, Mr. To Infinity and Bijan versus Free XP. 109 to 127. Ryan obviously rocking this tandem here, and Bijan and Chase Brown. McConkey in, Herbert in after the bye week, Chargers D in after the bye week, and then Kittle giving him some solid options there. Godwin questionable, has not been reliable at all this year. Jacoby Myers is interesting. I was looking at this earlier, and we've got Iosivas, however you say his name. We also have Dobbs and Sutton on the bench. Sutton may be a Justin Jefferson situation like I have, where he was doing okay, but the last 2 games is 5.4 and 9.9, but then a bye week. So might want to get Mr. Sutton in somewhere here, and hopefully you don't get J-mode again. But I love both of these dudes. Ryan, I need you to lose. If Ryan loses, I'm in a good spot. If he wins, I'm all but out. So we'll see how this goes. Don't forget those matchups today. I think we got a couple of Thursday first game deals here. I know we definitely do in this one. Grayson and Eric. Also, again, love both of these dudes. Eric, needs you to lose, pal. They actually play each other back to back, having played each other already in week 2. So if somebody knows how this works, how do we have an even 12, a 17 game or a 14 game regular season schedule, and end up with 2 folks playing each other 3 times? Don't understand what happened there, but maybe somebody knows and can tell me. Projected 110 versus 123.6. Same Darnold, Derrick Henry, Rico Dowdle, CD Lamb, Keenan Allen. He's got a pretty sweet team. And then we have the redeemed team. We got Aaron Jones, Quentin Johnson, Caleb Williams, DK Metcalf, Olave, Pitts, and Shakir. I feel like this team could go off, man. We'll see how it goes. He's rocking Baker on the bench. Hasn't been doing too hot. Got some Zach Ertz action and Kareem Hunt action. So this should be a good one. We have a lot of action here on the Thursday slate. We got CD going against Kansas City. And maybe that's it, so never mind. I will keep going here. All right, and again, if you lose and Ryan lose, I'm in a much better spot. All I got to do is beat Ryan in the last game. But nevertheless, I think, Eric, if you win, I think you're pretty much in. Same for Ryan. If both of you win, I think it's over. Unless Dale absolutely creams me, then it's a 3-way tie there, and you will all have to duke it out on that last week. All right. We have our season-long number 1, now at 3rd, and our season-long number 12 going off here with a projected upset. We have Jake at 118.9 and Alex at 117.4. Let's dive in. Here we have some Thursday action. We got Dak Prescott up against that Kansas City defense. We got Travis Kelce against the Dallas Cowboys, averaging 113 here, averaging 115 here. So pretty close matchup here. We got Christian Watson, Javonte Williams. So this was maybe the one I was thinking about, with a lot of Thursday morning action here. Jalen Hurts and Christian McCaffrey obviously can always go off for him. Javonte Williams can as well. And then we got a couple of waiver receivers here, including Cooper Kupp. So we'll see if he can get around that. And then we're working with Breece Hall, Trevion Henderson. I just got to say it. You would be 3-9 if you played the brother that you picked up. Also, you just traded for this brother. So when you make moves, there's another step, and you got to actually put them in. We love you, Jake. We're glad you're here. It's been a really fun season. Not quite over yet. Let's just check out the standings real quick, and then we'll get out of here and go start doing whatever our wives tell us to get ready for Thanksgiving. All right. So, if Aaron happens to lose, I don't know why I'm on this, just hear me out. If Aaron happens to lose, unless he outscores Blake by, 16, he will move to second, which I'm assuming means Blake will clinch. I'm not really sure how all this works. But I think if Blake and Alex win, they also clinch. If Dale and all these guys win, it's not quite a clinch for 4 and on. But if they lose and the top 4 win, I believe the top 4 is pretty much solid. And then we'll have to duke it out down here, which I hope happens, please. It would be so interesting if the last week of the season had games that depended on playoff spots. That's just my hope, because I'm the one on the outside looking in. We'll see how it goes. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining. Eat that turkey. And don't forget the watch party on December 14th. This is the second to last week of the season. Do it big. Don't quit. It's not over. We'll see you next time. Thanks. What's